And we're recording and transcribing, so people can't even read how amazing this video is going to be right here. All right, fantasy community, we got our man. We got Stat Man, not Stat Boy anymore. He's Stat Man. We got A-Harp with us, IT guy, Italian guy, and we're going to give you guys what you've been craving, even if you didn't know you're craving it, like a late night crystal burger. We're going to give you some power rankings right here, right now. 12-1, A-Harp and Thrills knocking some things out. A-Harp, you want to speak a little bit right there on what you got going on, or how some things might work out with your data, because we know yours is like highly advanced compared to the rest of us right there. So when you drop your acronyms, we might be a little thrown off right there.
Yeah, so I kept it pretty simple. Shockingly, which you would not expect, I'm going to give everyone credit for where they are right now, but all my views and everything are going to be moving forward. I'm forward looking. We're in the second half. I will outline. I pulled together some notes. I got a projection of and I cut it off at the 115 WRC plus. That's just a great stat, a great offensive stat, it's a great profile stat. So it's going to encompass 91 players. I counted basically what teams have those. And I also rounded out top 50 starting pitchers. Who's got those guys? I did it by fifth. So fielding independent. I don't love it. I would have liked to done Sierra, which is skills interactive, ERA, which is not fielding based. It's just how good the pitcher is. But bad X for bat hitting. Oopsie. So don't come at me and be like, well, he has a 112 on this. And I'm like, that's my projection systems I use. So that's what we're going with. I use these. So yeah. So I'll sprinkle those in because I do think some teams have very low amount of players that are ranked very high in this league. And I'm sorry, if you don't have good players, I'm going to have to ding you in the long haul here. So that's really my
– makes sense.
Yeah. So, but do you want to start us off with your 12th? I think we probably have the same person here.
I guarantee you we don't.
Okay. Who's your 12th?
Looking forward and what I've seen, sold to the highest bidet. I actually have Code Nobes last in the league power rankings going forward. When I'm looking at his team, it's literally Acuna, a washed up Mookie, Max Muncy, who is what he is, and then some dudes right there that are not hitting home runs. They're not getting total bases. If I'm not mistaken, he is last in this league thus far in runs, home runs, RBIs, and total bases. And there's nobody on his team to really compensate for that at this point in time. In terms of pitching, he has accrued the most wins this year, yet doing it with the highest ERA. So we know that Code knows he's trying to just grasp the categories on Saturday, Sunday by spot starting, and some of those are blowing up in his face. And then, I was looking at the roster construction. His top four players, top pitchers have been just injured or terrible this year. And there's just too many unknowns on offense. I had to ding him. He's going from Yahoo 10 to Thrills 12 right there. So that's where I got Code Nobe. Sorry, Code. Still love you, but it's rough going forward, brother.
Well, I will say my one thing about Cody, I have him 11th. And I just put my mark. I kind of took some quick notes just to refer to. I just said no juice. This roster's just got no juice. Like everybody's got old. Muncy, Betts, Acuna now with the ACLs. Like they got so many miles on them. And I'm just like, this is a young man's game. The cratering away happens so much quicker now around. Some people fall off a cliff at 32. It's just he doesn't have the least amount of players. For my stat, like he has 9 players in the top 91 hitters, top 50 starting pitchers. Okay. That's not the lowest mark, but it's pretty far down the list.
It's pretty.
And he doesn't have any really high guys. Look, the person I'm about to say has 5, but he's got the number 1 player on the list. So, we all know who that is. So, yeah, man. I mean, he's probably going to beat me this week just because it's Cody. I'll say that. But yeah, it doesn't change the fact that he's 11. He's interchangeable 11th or 12th for me.
Yeah.
which I
It could have been
respect.
10 through 12, but I went 11. I mean 11, 12, and then I debated it. I had a list, and then I had another list, and then I had another list, and then I found my final list was like, no, I can't. He's gonna have to go here.
I guess one note I'll make is that he did note in the Slack that he was changing up his strategy when he was holding on to. He's held on to guys a lot longer. He's not making any trades. I respect it, but I got to just like, I'm not. I always like people who can change and evolve and want to try new stuff. But man, that like you got to pull the trigger sometimes on some people. It's like, I mean, the man has Blaze Alexander in his outfield right now.
I know.
I'm just
I know.
like, it's brutal. I mean, and I'm not even
It,
saying we don't have to like. I'm not even dinging low ownership players. I had Dominic Canzone, but it's like he's an elite platoon guy. It's like you can bring guys like I. It's like what is Blaze Alexander doing for us, right? Like what
well,
he's
as we
on a
speak on
playoff
that, Blaze not even playing today, but I mean he is 4 for 9 as we speak him into ineptitude right there with a dinger and 3 ribbies thus far. So but I mean I went here. I wanted to look at his team just to making some deals, trading some players. What are the assets right now that could bring back something that's going to both help your team and not totally dismantle it in a one-sided, lopsided trade?
probably
And
Scooble and Kirby. That's about it.
yeah,
Glass
yeah.
now,
So unless that,
who knows when he's back? He was one of the top 50 pitchers. I didn't ding him for innings. I thought it was aggressive, just considering the Dodgers. I think he had like 60 something. I think he had like 65. My threshold was 60 for not counting people like Spencer Swellenbach. He's not going to be counted. He's like 15th on
yeah.
that list, but he has 23 projected innings. Like, I almost didn't include him, but I was like, you know what? I'll just include people who are like meeting that threshold. So, but Scooble's about to be back. I don't think he's going to
Yes.
trade him. I don't think he can trade him, but it's like,
If an offer's out there.
what happens? But what happens? Like he's got to like what we're spending way too much time on this team, but it's like the Scooble deal. Like you have to get back like Nick Kurtz or something. Like that's for me. It's.
Woo, baby.
I
That'd
mean,
be a
I would never
power
do
adventure right
that,
there.
but that's what. I mean, I would never do that anyways. But
It would have to be a
it'd
big
have to
time
be an
deal.
altering and which also sad Acuna, he's getting his legs back under him for this season. I really wanted him. I'm really happy I didn't get him. But him and Austin
Same.
Riley, I think, live in the world that like they haven't played for a couple years. And it's like if they just get through this season healthy, they're going to just have to relearn their bodies and maybe they're going to be better next year. But I think the 40-70 Acuna, that's gone. So
That's
I don't
gone.
think we're ever
I'll
going to see
take
that
30
again.
30. 30-30
Which
Acuna.
he's capable. I think he is, but man, he was hurt I mean, he's coming back. So, I mean, I can understand that not being the rosy outlook I had at the draft, which sucks, but it is what it is. So I guess I'll knock off my 12th
Okay.
and we can just move on with the 11th
Yeah.
and 12th. BJG. I will, so we're going to be switching the format on the West Coast Brew. I'm going to be looking forward. I'm going to deep dive a little bit more into these teams but my one take is, did he possibly have his chat BJG formula that simulates through? Does he have it set for 15-team AL or NL only leagues? Because Vinny Pasquantino, is he just not available to be green because he has to pick up Michael Massey? He was 0%. He killed me. And this is the thing. I'm not going to go into soapbox, but I don't get tilted in fantasy really anymore by losing to anyone. I'm like, whatever, it's head to head. Losing to B Green will still get me on such a level that I'm like, this dude was 0% owned through Friday and he was killing me. And I'm like, I hate this team. And like, I'm not going to take you. I'm not going to take you through the whole chain of events. B Green, the Josh Bell, Zach Nieto walk-off home run on me is like the definition of garbage time touchdowns. It's just like his whole team is in garbage time perpetually. And I do want to bring this back because I'm going to hammer this point home. He has the scariest player in the league on his team in Jordan. He is the man. I cannot, dude, looking back and seeing I paid 45 for Brent Rooker and being like, Jordan was too rich at 37. Because I know at the draft, I was like, they haven't played in the outfield. He's got bad knees. Like,
Yep. I said all the same things.
I was just like, I knew, and I was like in on him last year when he was hurt. I was all in on him this year because I'm like, he's the best player in the league. He's going to win the MVP. I think he's that kind of transcendent hitter. He's been that guy. I don't really want to like bury the lead on another player. I think he's one of the two most terrifying players to play in fantasy. And B Green had both of them. He had fucking Nick Kurtz too. And I'm just like, I know he's keeping Jake Berger around because he traded Nick Kurtz for him, but the Nick Kurtz, he's a perfect B Green player. He just kills it. He plays 700 plate appearances. He never goes out anything. He's not managed anything. So yeah, B Green's 12th for me. There is a point where you have to just keep it simple and just pick up the guys that are like 70% owned and take a flyer on him. B Green's not capable of that. That's why he sucks every year. And
Nope.
That's
I'm
where
going
I'm at
with
that.
Under the radar. Under the radar is his like go-to right there.
And I know that must be his thing. And like Colton Cowser hit a home run against me in garbage time. I know for a fact that's going to buy him like 2 months on B Green's team because I also can feel that he's so sentimental towards some players and he jettisoned Nick Kurtz out of nowhere after 19 at bats. But Jake Berger's living on that team for 600 at bats. I'm just like, it makes no sense. And Mickey Moniak's this guy, Julio, is forever me never being able to draft him. And maybe that's a good thing for me because he never produces like what he should. But
he's so going to be in the mid 40s right there. Yeah.
He's sentimental, and you can't be sentimental in this sport, especially to guys that aren't good.
Got to be cutthroat. Got to be cutthroat.
So who is your 10th?
My 10th is Wrong hole.
Same.
I mean, losing 5 in a row right there, not showing any signs of life. But I can't figure it out. Like his team is stacked with dudes, but everybody is playing like shit on different times. So his team is never complete enough to actually do something. Now, granted, on the season, he is 63 and 86 cumulatively, which is the 11th worst record in the league, B Green being 12th. And the teams he's beaten have a 477 winning percentage, which is the second best in the entire league. So he's capable of beating good teams. But when he loses big. Jackson Merrill is still getting consistent at bats on his team, which I've harped on repeatedly in the BFFFL.
I still love Jackson Merrill, but he goes too much opposite field. I've watched so many Padres games. He ain't got the power for that.
I mean, James Wood is fantastic.
Oh my
God,
I love James Wood.
Like he's got it going on.
This team is really good. I want to make that very clear. He ran into you, Buzzsaw level, Ben Buzzsaw level. He ran into so many teams that were just really hot. And his pitching was terrible at the beginning, and it torpedoed like his first 5 matchups. He actually has tied. He has the second most people in this list I compiled. He has 12 people. Now, he has 8 top 91 hitters. And he has 4 top 50 pitchers. So my thing is he's going to stumble into a couple wins, but this is the ultimate. He's not logging in. I don't think he's that locked in. He's making base level ads. I'm this is the ultimate running your team out the whole year and just kind of see what's going to happen. But he's going to upset people because this team is really freaking good. And if Fernando Tatis starts to pull his fly balls, he's going to be really good.
I really thought he had it, when he hit that one dinger last week, and I was like, oh snap, let me try to trade for him all season long, like I'm sure everybody else in the league has. And I was like, well, this is it. There's no more discount double checks on Fernando. It's over. But I mean, Spencer Steer's been awesome. Corey Seager's back, and finally, he's not doing anything. Junior Caminero, this team has
dude. Spencer
really
Steer is awesome. I had him a couple times and was he just wasn't playing.
He was
enough.
on waivers for people to take for weeks.
Yeah, I added him 2 different times.
We should have known he was going to play.
Just dropped him. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's. I would love to push him up. I would love to push him up, but I just think he's just the not locked in nature and just his bad luck. I'm he's just gonna be crap. He's gonna definitely. I put So those three teams we just talked about, they're in the spoilers tier for me. Because they're
I can see.
definitely all
Okay,
of them are feisty.
and none of them are
So
going to make the playoffs. If we're being honest,
no,
they're
no,
they're
we don't have to
aspirational.
be
Even
honest.
though
It's just the truth. Yeah.
there's still 11 weeks to go. I've seen crazy things happen. I've seen.
I
I've
only don't think so because the next tier I have is my favorite tier, and I think the champion's coming out of this tier. That's like the nine, eight,
yeah.
seven for me is my favorite tier. The most talent in the league's concentrated in this tier. There's no way these three teams at the bottom are better than this tier. Like it probably will happen because weird things happen in matchups, but like I love this tier for my this is my favorite tier, and I'm hoping like we'll hit on a couple of them because they're the best. I think they're the best. This is this is where the highest concentration of talent on my list is concentrated in this tier in the league, unlike players. So
That's what I want to
so
hear
I guess
because
I'll be
I
like,
don't
who's
believe
your
that my
ninth?
team's going to fall in. My ninth is Sons of Pitches. Sons of Pitches. That
Okay,
is
he's
my
my
ninth
eighth.
place
So
team.
we're all grouped in this tier together now.
But I mean, Sons of Pitches, one of two teams not to average 4 steals a week. Like that should be a category you can at least got somebody on your team that's running the bases. He's on the season. He's not even getting 4 weeks. Some teams are getting up to 10 weeks right
I
there.
could probably
So
guess that second team that's not getting his because it's probably me because I hate steals and I punt them. So I know that's me. Even when
he's
I tried
also
to
the
draft steals,
only.
everybody sucked.
Yeah,
Like
you don't give a shit about steals. I love it. I love it.
they're overvalued.
It it can be a free category sometimes. It's like saves or holds for pitchers. You
Mhm.
either go for it or you don't. But he also is the only team not to be over 500 in any of the offensive categories throughout the season. So, you break down team for those that don't know, and hopefully everybody knows, you can go to something called team stats, look at the team stats, look at the record for the season, and you breaks it down by category so you can get an idea of where your team needs some help at. Reinmart is either 4-7 or 5-6 across the board in every offensive category on the season. So there's what that tells me. I'm not consistently good at really anything because I would have something where I've got a leg up on the competition. Um, and then on the season, eighth best record overall in the year, 66 and 78. So I've got him right down there in the tier where he belongs. And he's only got the teams he's beaten have a 424 win percentage. 12th place, Bidet, and the Wiz. So he's beaten two teams we've already talked about this season. So it's not like his wins are coming against anybody that's truly, a juggernaut, you would say. So I got him. That's why I got, good old Rymar down there sitting down in ninth with Sons of Pitches.
I have him eighth. Fun stat. He has 13 players. He's tied for the most in the league of the highest concentration of players that should be and are in the top players. I I feel like I'm dying on the hill with this team because I look at it every week. I'm like, Reimart's getting to the playoffs. This is his team. Nick Kurtz is terrifying. I think he's one of the best. Probably one of
Yes.
he's like Jordan 2.0 for me. He just crushes. He's got the Josh Young, the Blade breakouts. My only thing looking forward, if Gunnar and Vladdy can get it together, those are guys that will just demolish teams throughout the like. That's like nobody has like that sheer like Nick, Kurtz, Gunnar Anderson, Vlad. Nobody has those. Like you probably are the only team that can compete with the top three of like those. If those guys get hot, like dude, he's gonna demolish everyone. Those guys by themselves are like weak winners, and that's like I'm always gonna take the talent at the end of the day. If I'm also like that, I didn't rank him high just because of he's lost so many inexplicable games to like people he shouldn't have lost to. And I like this is the ultimate like I love this tier, but we are going to round it out with the other two teams, and it's the most underachieving tier in the league. It's like these teams have a lot of talent, they just all are not putting it together, and they're playing with their food too much. I said that in the West Coast Brew. Him and me are like the same team. We both are super talented, and we cannot pick up wins to save our lives. And so I get the but like Braxton Ashcraft is awesome. But it does seem like he has so much bad. Like Blake Snell came back, got hurt. Logan Henderson breaking out, got hurt. So is he just going to be one of those guys? but I love Freddie Peralta. Rasmussen's good. Messick's pretty good. Like he's just got a good
I do
team.
love some Parker Messick. You know, I love some.
And he
Indian.
gets about 50 saves a week somehow. I don't.
Yes. He is
So
undefeated in that category on the season. He has not lost to anybody all season long. But going back to something you said earlier about Vladdy and Gunner, I owned Gunner last year. That wrist injury that he sustained in spring training of last year must have been like the worst injury ever because it zapped his power, zapped his eye. I don't know what's going on. Didn't play for shit last year. And he's continued same player that I saw on my team. And so I don't get too hyped up about him. And then Vladdy, if we're big into batted ball, is he not hitting more ground balls this year than he
he
has in
always
the past?
has. The
Yes.
2019
There's
season
no
was a
to
fluke.
it. That's
So
a pipe dream. But I mean, is he even going to get to 20 home runs this year?
probably. Well, I mean, no.
At this,
Probably
if we're
he
on a
won't.
current
Probably at
pace,
this
you're right.
pace,
Yeah.
no, he won't. He probably won't. Gunner. The only thing I said, I did read an article about him on Fangraphs. He's pulling his fly balls like 35% of the time. It's too much. He's just like the guy that, but like it's one of those guys. It's like he's broken a little bit in his swing. But I'm also just like, is he going to be a guy that somebody's going to draft for $20 next year, and he's going to return like $60 worth of value? And that's the same thing with Vladdy. You know?
Yeah, there's going to be, if they continue like this, there'll be some price deflation next year in the draft, and somebody is going to get a steal. Like that's
because I really wanted Gunner at this season because I was like,
I
oh,
wanted
I felt
Gunner
like he
this
was
year.
like a shoe-in 30-30 guy. I was like, oh,
Shoe in
30-30
comeback player of the
easy.
year. Like he was going to
Yeah.
just show out and be awesome.
I guess my one thing about Gunnar Henderson, that like insane year for him, he hit lefties well. He's not hit lefties the rest of his career well. So he is not proven that he can hit lefties. I'm hoping that's not an outlier year, but it's kind of looking like it. So my ninth, I don't know where you have him, is Pants.
Wow, we are way different view. We have much different viewpoints on Pants right here. Much
I
different.
love this team because he has 12 people. He has 11, but he lives in the 3-tier. Jaycock's the other one, you and him. All hitting, no pitching. They have each one of y'all. Well, you and him are the most. You and him both have 10 players in the top. You have 20 of the top 91 hitters the rest of the year, WRC plus wise. And that's not even like Ben has one pitcher. It's Logan Webb. And my whole thing is like, is Logan Webb, Kyle Bradish, and Kevin Gausman going to be enough? Like, I think Soroka's probably a 3-5 guy. He seems like he's actually really good. But he has to stay healthy. I just really worried about like if he has an off week, his pitching is so bad, and he doesn't have a high ceiling in strikeouts. That's another thing. He's not going to win the ratio game, and it's like you guys both kind of have like awesome offenses. And I'm not trying to preview your team yet, but like you have high whip, low K per 9 guys, and it's like how is that going to work in the summer when it heats up? Like, I don't want guys pitching to contact. Obviously, everyone has a 20% strikeout rate or more on my team. Like, I want people to whiff people. I don't care. But, like, I worry about that for him. That's the only reason I dinged him, though, because I actually really, like – and let me also put the hot take here. I think teams – like, Ben's my 9th team. Anybody moving forward, I think, can win the championship. That's how I don't think there's that much difference in any of these. I actually like Pants, Sons of Pitches in my next team more than the 5th and 6th team I have ranked on my list. Probably more than the 4th and 3rd team. Hey, honestly, I like these teams better than everybody except for your team, to be honest. Because I really like Ben's team.
I would say the 9 through 6, 7, 8, 9 right here. I could have flip-flopped and moved around, but you're right. If I was looking at a tier, it'd be that one. Then I could probably even split my top 5 into 2 different tiers from that.
I think we probably have 2 teams that like I'm not that excited about, but I want to give them proper respect because they're different parts of their like their competitive cycle. These 3 teams in my tier are like they need to win championships because Ben, I will say personally, had the scariest team last year, but he got killed with the Naylor and Eugenio Suarez trade to Seattle. If they never get traded, like he killed me last year. Was the only team he like, just like you this year, he like whipped my ass. And I was like, dude, I don't want to play this team in the playoffs. But
Hey, when I
yeah,
when I
just
was looking at Ben is the only team this year. Well, I'll talk about that. We got some different things, so I'll let that one ride for a second. You go tell me, who do you have in this? Where are we at right now, number one? Because I got
so we're
super
number
off on
set
this.
because you had Sons of Pitches at 9. I had Sons of Pitches at 8. Who do you have at 9?
So 9 was Sons of Pitches. 8 is the man I'm talking to right now. 8 is the
I
man
have
I'm talking
myself at
to.
7, so we can get me out of the
Okay.
way.
Yeah. No, I
Uh,
had you. I always worry about my best players being on the infield because that's not typically where the juice is at.
mm,
And your outfield right there doesn't seem to have the juice that I would expect. Your
well, I
staff is
did Tyler
fantastic.
Soderstrom to the outfield, so I just want to keep that. He did
Uh,
2 more home runs last night.
I want to acquire anybody that's playing in the Las Vegas ballpark in
So
any
I got
series
3
right
of
there.
them currently in my outfield. So
On the season, you are 72 and 72, just 500
that's
across the
not
board.
shocking to me at all.
The teams you've beaten, you cumulatively are 477, which is when you're winning, that's the second best, opponent's victory win percentage that you could be going up against right there, with Exploder, Pants, House, and Sons of Pitches being the teams you've beaten. Um, and then you are top 1 or 2 in 4 of the major pitching categories, but you're bottom 1 or 2 in 3 of the major
Dude,
hitting
I'm
categories.
digging myself out of the hitting stuff. I
You
finally have
are,
like
because
been like
just a few
I
weeks
finally am
ago,
like 3rd and 4th from the bottom, and I'm just like I'm not in the cellar anymore on those. Dude, the first 7 weeks buried me so far that I was like, I wonder if I'll ever get back to the middle tier of offense. Like I could
like
kill
I
it the whole
was,
second half and it not matter.
you were in one video. I had you at like a 668 OPS, dead ass last in the league. You were up to like a 724. Like you've boosted that Joker 60 points. I would say I'm proud of you, but I wish I didn't have to.
Yeah.
So,
I have the
but your
most
your
with
staff
Rymart.
is fantastic. Your staff, when I look at it, there's not one player on that staff where I wouldn't be like, I would take them. I would take them. But you're hitting, I can't support it just yet. I can't support it just
So
yet.
I do only have 8 players in the top 91 hitters. I have 13 overall. Tyler Rymart for the most. That comes with pitching. I have 5. I didn't count bullpen. I was not going to go through the
Thank you.
shenanigans of the
Thank you.
bullpen. I was not going to do that. Everybody's interchangeable. I get that price up for Mason Miller. So my 4 games last 4 weeks, I'm 1-2-1. Dude, I got people just pitching really good against me, and my pitching's not been good. It's first of all, I'm getting no opportunities to have the Cubs and Padres just completely collapsing is not good for my save chances. Palencia has got 3 saves all year. I know Billy feels that, but like I feel that as well. And um, so I've gone 10, 16, and 2 in categories since week 8. I guess the only thing I'll say is that every single pitcher on my staff currently has a 20% strikeout rate or better. The lowest is Garrett Cole, and he's only made 3 starts. I've got Mason Miller at like 49 is the top. I have like
No,
3 or
no,
4 dudes
trust
that
me.
have over
Everybody's
30.
There's so
Yeah.
many like 10.0 plus on your team right now. You're like,
Um,
damn.
I only have 2 dudes with the Sierra, the so Skills Interactive ERA over 4, and it's Cole Reagans, who's just been hurt the whole year, and Garrett Cole's made 3 starts. Everybody else is under that. So the pitching is once again still good. I still look at it and I'm like, oh, this is good, even though I've regressed a little bit. I'm just gonna say, like, I can admit that like we're old enough now. Like last year, everything came together perfectly for me to win that championship because there was so much luck involved in weeks that like so many teams played down to my level. And when my offense was terrible the first half, and I killed it in the second half. But everybody's played very well against me this year. So the luck is normalized and my team has regressed. And I had a terrible draft. I can admit that. Tovar, Butler, Doyle. Dude, there's been so many people I've cut, never been picked up. They might even not even play in the MLB anymore. Like they've
I'm
just
not
been
sure Brent
removed
Vogel
from
does.
he might have been removed from the Yahoo like list of players. And those guys stay on there for like 4 years after they retire. So like, Yeah, I'm definitely going back to the well next year. I gotta do like I've never been a great drafter, but this draft has been terrible.
Don't
And
forget Matt
I
McClain. Didn't you draft Matt McClain?
yeah, but he's currently been picked up by half the league because people still. Coming down
He's
to him
playing
and Sal Stewart is my
deserve
last
that.
pick, and I picked Matt McClain. Is like that. You know what? That probably was a sign of the season to start right off the bat. I was like, I should have known I was in trouble. But no, I get it. I totally deserve seventh or eighth. I myself seventh. Um, I don't. I I want to think talent wise, my team is high in the playoffs. But dude, like, doesn't matter. Like everybody that I have in this tier currently, like I bet you everybody who makes the playoffs is going to hope this tier doesn't make the playoffs. But like,
Yeah.
yeah,
These are the
I
people
got
that are
nothing.
like, I
Yeah,
need you to get beat. I need those spoilers to do their job right there.
yeah. And falling apart, like, well, I mean, I'll give Vegan credit. Like, he just pulled it out. I think everybody's lost in that way before. I don't think I've lost in that way in a long time. So having that, but then collapsing against Sav Dog, I mean, there's so much I could say about my team, but like the process hasn't been good. Yeah, no, I'm just not been good. So I'm not going to argue with that. Seventh or eighth, that's fine.
Okay.
There was no way I could come in here and be like, I'm fifth, guys.
Number
I'm talented. I'm like,
three.
that's just so disrespectful to everyone in this league. So yeah, I agree. I'm totally in lockstep with you. Um, I guess we can move. I guess we can move into the playoff hunt, the 6 through 1, because I guess where's Ben at? Because you gotta. Is he
We're not
higher
to
than sixth? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So I think who are your sixth and fifth? Because I think we might have the same teams.
Did you give your seven? I just told you you were my
I'm
eight. I never
seven.
told you were
Okay.
seven
What's
for
your
you.
seven?
My seven is youngest Harbor, Master Exploder. Master
I had him
Exploder.
fifth. I had him fifth just because I'm respecting the Carolina Panthers
I just
feistiness he has
it,
right now.
he lacks a secondary gun to go with Matt Olson right there. Like there's not another power like put you on my
With
back like
Drake
Matt
Baldwin
Olson.
when he's not hurt.
Yeah,
When
but I
he's
mean,
not
even
hurt.
Drake's game isn't dingers. Like you got to have at least a couple of those guys in your team. That my game, the John. I just picked him up, but he's a good example. John Carlo. I know what he's there on my team to do one damn job. Just hit me some dingers and give me some total bases. 3 dingers, 21 at bats, whatever. I'll take it. You know, and let's keep it moving right there. Um, on the season, he's 66 and 80. Like when he
Yeah, he
loses
loses.
big. He gets and he's got some experience with that last week. On the year, he does have a 455, opponent win percentage right there, but he's beaten 12th place, Dangerous Wise Ones, Bidet, and Thrill House right there. So 2 dredges and then 2 middle of the pack kind of guys. So that's why I got him middle of the pack. I just not feeling it with him. Um, and I think his young guys, you got to watch out for them. Chase Burns going to be on. He's there's going to be an innings like shutdown right there for
Yeah,
him. And
because
I
I
think
don't
there
think
was
the Reds are making the playoffs. They're not going to
no.
throw him 180
I'm not
games
running. I'm not running
in
Chase
innings.
Burns and his bulky elbow out there, um, in September, early September, if I don't have to. Like, no, that's not going to happen. So that's where I got D Harb down in the old 7th spot right there.
I'll add to that because we don't need to spend much time on probably the teams that we're going to talk about. Like I've said before in the West Coast Brew, David he's the Carolina Panthers right now for me, like in baseball, because it's like he was lost in the wilderness for like 3 or 4 years, and man, it's been long past since David was having playoffs every year, championship aspirations every year. So I just think like him being competitive, him possibly making the playoffs this year, and dude, he's making moves. He's trading. He's not doing David things that he used to just like draft an awesome team and then just let it decay
This is
throughout
my
the whole
draft. I'm
year.
just going to hold them all season
Never,
long.
never have a relief pitcher so you could just lap him in saves and holds. Like David, he's making, but like I just think he's making great strides this year. But no offense, I just don't think he's in the competitive cycle of some of these teams where like he's not a championship. Like he's a make the playoffs and get dispatched by the Rams in the first round. Like he's not.
It's almost like him and Cody have swapped personas right there in terms of how they're managing their
Yeah, he's
teams. We
making
mentioned
a lot of.
earlier.
I love it. Also, he kind of has a weird divergence of like I did this a little this year and I'll never do it again. He's like, I think you have real life players and fantasy players. And it's like with the WRC plus thing, it's like I just want good baseball players. Like Jaron Duran, I don't think he's that good of a baseball player, but he's a great fantasy baseball player. because he's like,
Yes.
get you 30 steals. Like Trey Turner, he was a great baseball player, but I think he's beyond his greatness. And like Jazz
The
Chisholm is like the ultimate like fantasy baseball player. He'll kill it for a couple months, but then he's just and
he disappears and kills your team.
yeah, I just
Thanks to the
don't.
squad.
The guys like have between 112 and 105 WRC pluses. They're like above average, but they're just fantasy players. And you need like legitimately just great baseball players. He has 4 people. David has the third lowest amount of people on my list, 7 people the rest of the year. So this is a clear lack of like top shelf talent that he has. Like he just doesn't have those like big guys that are like going to put you on their back. I think his pitching's been great. He's found Max Meyer. He has Chase Burns. He's found a lot of Nick Lodolo's good. He's had a lot of good things happen, but he just doesn't have that like he doesn't have that fifth gear to get into that he has to be
No.
out. If he's on the highway, like he's in the slow lane. And he's hoping
he's
hoping
going 55 in a 55.
he's not in Athens, because if he was in Athens, he's getting blown
He'd be
off the
going
road.
95 easy, 150
Exactly.
in that
Yeah,
Hellcat.
he doesn't have that. He doesn't have that car. He doesn't have a Hellcat. That man's in a
El Camino,
vintage Toyota Corolla.
a Honda Civic.
Yeah. So who do you have? So I had 5. You had him 7. Who do you have as your 6th team?
16 would be Thrill House. Good old ride walk.
I do as well.
Yeah, just no moves are ever consummated with him. He doesn't really have a way of adjusting his team other than through drop ads, which are typically spot starters or end of the bench guys. Damn, what did I write? Hold on, let me find my notes right here about him. Nobody in reserve. Oh, that was it. His offense, there's nobody to take up. Mike Trout's been healthy all year. We know what's about to happen. There's going to be the Trout injury. Yelich just came back. He's got nobody. We know that back is bad. Milwaukee could get a big lead, rest him down the stretch, every other game or something like that. Load management baseball style. And there's just too much inconsistency for me on that pitching staff. Like I don't trust it week in, week out. And I know that's crazy coming from this guy right here with a staff that, the cumulative $30 were drafted on him. On the season, he is over 500 though, 75 and 70, so 517 win percentage. He's beaten some quality teams. He beat Anthony, he beat Billy, he beat Rymart, he beat obviously Cody and B Green, and then Pants. So he's got quality victories right there, but he's still middle of the pack for me when it comes to where I see him in the playoffs, where I see him going forward. And that's where he lives, is just that middle of the range.
Yeah, I know that last year, I think I look back at his player profile, was the first year he made the playoffs. I think it'd be a victory if he made the playoffs. He's building. When I played him, I was like, I would hate to own this team, because it is probably going to be like, I think it would be the most Jekyll and Hyde team. And I think what you were saying is he can beat anyone any given week, because you could have a Trout week where he loses his mind and stuff like that. But like he also Trout's batting 223. Like, but
His
most of the
OPS
season
isn't even 800, is it?
against me. Yeah, I think it is. Like let me see. It's 833. So he's 222, 833, 14 home runs, and 5 stolen bases is nice.
Yeah.
Dude, I think, you know what? Every single time my eyes just go to 2 people, like, dude, Alex Bregman's cooked. I'm saying it right now. This dude is done. Like, he's never hit the ball hard. He sucks at Wrigley. He just, like, I was just reading the Sheehan newsletter about him. He has a profile that is like DJ LeMahieu-esque. I'm like,
oh God,
passive. He just looks so cooked. Nico Horner, I'm not trying to bash the Cubs. I'm never going to get a player like him or PCA right, because they're great defensive players. I don't want any part of a dude that's going to hit like a 103 WRC plus in fantasy. I'm like, he's great defensively. He's got good speed. He can't hit. He had like 1 barrel last year. I'm like,
I was going to say average exit velocity of like 68 miles an hour.
And it's like, I just never get in love. I never can fall in love with a guy that like doesn't hit the ball hard. Like he's like a Brendan
He's
Donovan.
A great baseball player. He's a good baseball player, like we said earlier. He's a real life player.
he has so many. Like, dude, Bengal. You know what? If I'm gonna give Rywalk credit for one thing, he's got the catcher thing down. Having called Raleigh last year and then Bangaliers this year, like, dude is so good.
I love
He's
Shea
so good.
Langoliers.
But Pete Alonso's like he just has too many people that I'm like, you shouldn't be playing. Like Bazana, like he gets 45 steals, but it's like he just doesn't have the rest of the roster to support a guy like, dude, I'm so over Bo Bichette. Like
He sucks. He's so
he
overrated.
sucked a couple years before that, and everybody's like, I know that they just kind of
Oh,
got
he was injured.
second.
He wasn't
They were like,
healthy.
they didn't get the big guys. They're like, we'll sign Bo Bichette, and I actually like the Mets coming in this year, but it's like Caglione, he's played way too long to be a platoon player, cemented in his outfield. Like I wouldn't drop him, but he needs to be on the bench. But also it's like his bench is just like Connor Griffin got hurt, but his bench is like just being consumed by Alex Bregman and Nico Horner. So it's like I also understand that he has too
You got to
much.
make choices, and some of those choices should be
Um,
looking out there on the waivers to see, isn't there a better third baseman than Alex Bregman? Isn't there a
I
better
will say
infielder?
I love his pitching staff for next year, like Kyle Harrison, Noah McLean, um, which I like
Tristan
him this
Scott.
year too. Obviously, I love Kyle Henderson. I love Kyle Harrison. His bullpen's really good. I love Ryan Weathers. Andrew Abbott's not it. Brian Wuzos and Gage Jump. Griffin Jacks being turned into like a viable good starter is like fun.
I'm
This
not too
team is
keen.
like
I'm
sixth.
not a big Griffin Jacks fan being owned on a team right now. I think it's dumb that he's owns him. I'm going to tell it like it is. He's not ready to be like a competently owned
That's
fantasy
why I
pitcher
cut
yet. When
him.
you look at his number, yeah,
Yeah, that's why I cut him when they
like
were stretching him out. It was like I wanted him as the 2 inning like strike the whole world out guy. He wasn't that guy, and now he's just getting Tampa Bay'd, and I don't love it. But also, it's like who has made that jump? Who has been awesome? Who's like made that jump to being an ace? Like nobody. Um,
nobody,
well,
no,
that
none.
40
They're trying
isn't
to play
in the minor leagues
on it.
who was like a starting pitcher. I'm not saying guys like, but relief pitchers like Jordan Hicks, all these guys. Um, but yeah, this team's just sixth for me.
Jordan.
It's fine. Like I don't love it, but it just kind of exists to me.
It just exists in
Um,
the world, and that's exactly what he is. He's just existing in this world. All right. So if he's our both of our, you said he's your 6-2. We know D
mhm.
Harb's your 5. My
Yeah. So
5 then,
who is
dangerous wise ones. Sav Dog.
okay? All right. We're I think we'll just go in. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This is yours is so different from mine because I gave them deference, but the tier. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's in the best tier to this point. I don't love that tier. Besides, like one team, I'm fine with being in that tier. So give me your Sav, which I think I'm already going to know what it is. It's because he has literally every under the radar player, and it's just like, are these guys going to continue to perform like this?
How can you bank on these guys continuing to play the every all of them are having the careerist yearest of all time like for themselves? I don't believe in it. I don't think it's going to continue to happen. I mean, it is amazing that he got 8+ wins. Like out of the 11 weeks we've played this year, 8 of those weeks you can count on him to win RBIs, home runs, average, OPS, and total bases. Like I don't understand how that's happening with these career guys. He is number 1 on the year, 87.59 for a 596 win percentage stat wise cumulatively. His opponents only 423. His losses are to me, Billy, and Master Exploder. So you would think I should give him some credit there, but I don't love it. It's just classic overachiever. This team is better than the sum of its parts. He's Moneyball 2026 right there. We know what happens to them in the long run. And I just that he's done well up until now. But if I'm looking forward, and I gave him his kudos and his flowers there, I'm snatching him back because it's not a championship team. It's a playoff team, but it's not somebody that I'm incredibly worried about playing against in the playoffs. And those words might come back to haunt somebody in this league, but I'll stand on it. I'll stand on business, as the kids would say. In the playoffs, I'd be like, all right, I'm playing Savdog. I'll take that matchup.
You know, last year he made the playoffs. I feel like he had a similar build, and he was just kind of meekly dispatched. That's what I feel about this team. I was all in on the fact of like Wyatt Langford. A couple got like Garrett Crochet. A couple of these guys coming back to supplement these hot starts. The player evaluation for me is like you can never just flatten your evaluations to be like everyone's the same player. Like you're cutting William Contreras, who's projected for a 124 WRC plus the rest of the year. He's a catcher. He had a 105 when you cut him. He's currently ranked 91 on the season. He's batting 290 for a catcher. For Keibert Ruiz, this is the kind of like I got the hot hand mentality that like I get it. It's like every person you've picked up, Casey Smith, Ryan O'Hearn, it's just been like money in the bank. And I'm just like, yeah, okay, well, Keibert Ruiz sucks. He's not playing tonight. He just sucks. Like he's a part-time catcher. And that's what I get worried about. This pitching is just gross. I'm sorry, it offends me. It offends that it did so well against me. That it like, but it's just kind of like everything going. Like he's got three really good bullpen pieces with Munoz, Suarez, and Dylan Lee. Yamamoto, I don't really have to say anything to that, dude. This pitching staff past that is just so bad. I'm like, dude, I like K Wing Tung, Nick Martinez, Ranger Suarez is like, I guess I have always hated him. He obviously, he ain't striking nobody out.
I'm not a big Ranger Suarez
Walbert
fan.
Urania, Cade Cavalli, Shane McClanahan, Peter Lambert, dude, like everybody could be dropped on the waiver wire for me. Like those are all waiver wire fodder. Like I know you just traded, like we talked about it offline, but I'll bring it up here. Like Shane McClanahan's a 3.88 Sierra right now. Like, dude is like, I just picked up Noah Cameron, who has like a 3.65. I'm like, I would have never traded Wyatt Langford, who has a true talent of being like a difference maker on your team for that. But I'll live with the fact that like he dropped Framber, he dropped Brandon Nimmo, he dropped William Contreras. Like, there's so much talent that's evacuated this team the last couple weeks. He still has 12 people in my tier of like top 90 hitters, top 50 pitchers. It's just like Garrett Crochet was that, but like, are we going to see him again this year? Just a lot of guys, but I think a lot of guys in the back part of that tier, not the top part of like, he's got obviously, now I'm saying this with the thought that like Ohtani this is what I'm going to say. I actually don't think that Ohtani is so good. You got the Cy Young version of Ohtani. And I think he, like a couple years ago, he was like, I want to steal 50 bases. He did that. He's never going to steal 50 bases again because he doesn't care about that. He said on record, I want to win a Cy Young. He's going to win a Cy Young this year. And maybe his hitting is going to take a back seat and he's going to bat 270. I mean, it's fine.
Still crank 40
awesome.
dingers.
Yeah, he's still awesome. I love Riley Green. I love Alec Burleson. I just like, dude, I can't get over this William Contreras when you have Oswald Peraza, Nolan Arenado, Brian Rocchio, Luke Rayleigh, who's a hot platoon guy who's gonna like you cut platoon guys when they go ice cold. Like we all know this. He kept Keibert Ruiz, he kept those guys over William Contreras.
Troy Johnston.
Casey Smith.
Forget him.
Casey Smith. Look, as a Giants fan, I love Casey Smith, but he's done this before where he's been really, really hot. He was kind of doing it last year, and then he got hurt. I hope he breaks out because the Giants lineup would legitimately be awesome and make it super long if he's awesome. But like, it's just like this team is it just screams regression, and like it's going to get eliminated in the first. Like it's going to get eliminated in the first round. If he or dispatched by a better team in the second round if he gets I guess the thing is he's competing with Anthony, who has a team I don't like either. So for the division. So, but yeah, I get it. I mean, it's just like, I feel like this team is so on brand for Sab, and I love that, but it's like, there's a lot of people that have to continue to have career years that I just don't trust. And I'm totally fine being wrong on this. So,
Yeah, that's
So
why
he
I
was my
compared him to a
number.
bunch of Brian
Yeah.
LaHares. Like, very well. Where do you
You
get? Where
know
did you
what?
have Snowflake?
I'm gonna move him down to fourth. So I had him fourth. So and
Okay.
then you had him. No, you know, I'm gonna leave him. I gave him second because
I
I
had
wanted to respect what he had. Right, I wanted to respect the body of work to this point. But I will say that I would not be surprised if he finished fifth or sixth.
I could easily see that
I
happening
like now you're
because
making me feel bad that I wish I would have been way more aggressive in my rankings and just made like I'm just like I want to be I didn't want to be the classic like well Aharb's just going talent and projection, but I'm like I should have just leaned into it because now I'm like damn it, you have everybody ranked so much higher than I like your rankings better than mine. I can say that right now.
oh well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Does that mean you're gonna like this one? Because at number
you're being
4,
aggressive and I like that. So
I got Benny Boy is where I have him. Pants is number 4 on
I
my
like
list
that.
right there.
I like that.
And obviously, I don't give a lot of to pitching, and that was the big note I wrote about him was he can't be a true contender with that staff, so I had to dock him a few points for that. But on the season, 73 and 67, 521 win percentage. The only team in the league whose the opponent's win percentage is 500 or better. It is exactly 500, having beaten myself, Exploder, Sons of Pitches, and then Wrong Hole. So he knocks people off if you're top of the league, bottom of the league. He does not care one way or another. Um, and then it's just when I look at his team, it appeals to me. It's visually appealing.
Yeah,
Even
because his
without having
lineup's
Francisco
awesome.
Lindor, yes, like it
And he
really
does have
is. If
Juan
you
Soto.
and he kicked my ass. And if you can sufficiently kick my ass, you deserve a little credit right there, especially offensively. It's not like you just beat me in pitching categories. No, I couldn't even beat him offensively. Like when that team is cooking, it has been cooking the last 3 weeks, and they're all healthy. That's part of the reason I have him so much higher than his Yahoo. He's playing a lot better recently than he was because everybody's back and playing to their capabilities. So as long as everybody has some respect right there, because he's doing the damn thing.
Okay, well, I will say that when we finish off with our rankings, I'm going to be changing mine on the fly, and I'm going to take that. I'm not going to get. I'm going to keep my top three, but I'm going to flip flop a couple. But I'll flip a tier or two, and
Okay.
that'll be what I'll write about the next couple weeks coming up. I'll re-rank them.
I can
So
support
you
that.
had him as number four. Yeah, I got nothing to add to Ben's
Yes.
team. Ben's offense is awesome. It's been awesome the whole year. Even when he was losing, it was awesome. He's locked in. Yeah, it's going to be dangerous. Um,
And he's going to reap the rewards of William Contreras. So he's got William and
he already did. He
Leonidas.
went 3 for 6 with a homer yesterday. The only
Yeah.
thing is like when he's got a lineup that you're like, where's Francisco Lindor going to play when like, dude, I'd love to have that problem.
It is
And
a nice
he's
problem to
ramped
have
up to
right
he's
there.
about to go on a rehab assignment. So
I
yeah,
see
I mean,
he's doing more than just doing some light stretching and getting
he's
ready
not
and
dry
things like that.
swings. He's full baseball activities.
It's
So
full
um,
baseball activities right there.
so I get so you had him as four. Let's
Yes.
move since you had Dangerous Wise Ones.
Who is your 4?
Who did you have at three?
Did you tell us who your 4 was?
Mine is okay. I'm
Oh,
just gonna throw
okay.
it out here.
I can give you my 3 before you give you your 4. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll
because
do
I'm
that.
like,
I'll
I
do that.
wonder if it's gonna be my
Yes.
four.
Wiz. Wiz is my
It
4.
is
I
my
mean my 3. He is
his
my
was my
3.
four, and I'm gonna ask an earnest question here.
Yes.
What do you think of this team? Because I can't make it from heads from tails. Okay, I fully agree with what you said on the preview. Like on the, he's got the best pitching staff. Like, dude,
Yep.
Sanchez. I was really right on that. After I was like, dude, he's not the ace. He's like, well, I'm just not going to give up a run for 50 innings. So, Mizorowski's insane. His pitching staff, Hunter Brown's coming. His pitching staff is like insane.
It's electric.
Um,
It is electric. It's like the
and
opposite of Ben's staff right there that we were just talking
yeah,
about.
and it's paper and over. Okay, His bullpen isn't that good. I do not love his bullpen, and that could be the downfall. But like Michael King, Framber on this staff, who strikes out a lot of people, you don't need him to strike out a lot of people. He's got Brandon Woodruff. He's 50
He's cooked.
shoulder
He's
surgeries
done.
later. He's not doing anything. He's waiver wire fodder for me. Connerly early, he looks like he's becoming. Didn't
That's
have
where
any control.
Sandy
He looks like
Alcantara should be.
you know what? I'm gonna go a little. I'm gonna zig a little here and zag because I had Tanner Bybee last year. And I feel like Sandy Alcantara's living the same life. Is like he's the 450 ERA guy, but it's like you need those innings to meet your 55 innings, and he's going to throw a ton of it. Man, I think you'll get to the end of the year and be like, you know what? Like, but at the end of the year last year with Tanner Bobby, I hated him so many times. I re-added him before I won the championship so he could be on that roster because I was like, he threw so many like seven inning pitch, 5-run games that I was like, it got me to the innings limits. And I was like,
I'm very
he's just a
familiar with what
horse.
you speak of.
Yeah, he's just a horse. I can so I just look at it differently and I'm like, it doesn't matter when he has this pitching staff who's like, it's so good. That is the difference. We're gonna switch to his offense. Who has benefited more, do you think, from players just blowing up? Like he had the Jordan Walker weeks, he had the Chase DeLauder weeks, he had the Ellie weeks, he has the PCA weeks. Dude, his offense is terrible.
It is not.
Outside
It
of
is not a strength.
like it's like the ultimate having like the one receiver who scores 70 points every week and the rest of your team has to cobble together like 7 for you to get 200 points. It's because I look at this offense every week and I'm like, am I be and he's like, oh, you can trade for him. Dude, Dalen Lyle, Gerardo Perdomo. I hate to blow the cover here. Chase DeLauder, he's going to be on his team even if he's not on his team because he'll be picked up like Jacob Marcy and me passing him back and forth 1,000 times. Dude, Joe Adell, those guys are all like nobody's trading for those guys. They're all waiver wire guys. Like
Jose
nobody's trading for
Altuve is
those guys.
almost to that area of his career.
Oh, dude, he's cooked too. Like, and then if Eugenio doesn't pick it up, like this, I just in Jackson Churio, like I don't think he's going to have the power this year because the hand break. I hate PCA is just a player and a face, so you ain't going to get no love from here. Like I got, dude, I hate his profile. He's either like 30-30 or like can't hit the ball. He's too volatile for me. Obviously, he's got the next guy ready to break out, the greatest hitter in the league, Jung Ho Lee. So I'm definitely not going to hate him on that. Who has like batted 500 over his last like 20
For
games.
like a month. For a month, he's batted like 455.
Giants offense has been one of
amazing.
the best, like top 4 offense since May. Their pitching
I never
just
thought you'd
happened to
hear it.
collapse. This is the offense they were supposed to have. Their pitching has just coincidentally collapsed at this point. They were up 3-1 yesterday, and I was like, dude, Giants climbing back closer to they're really going to be 81-81 this year. And then Keaton Wynn comes in and gives up 3 runs in the ninth and they lose. And I'm like, all right, well, we're right back to where we're at. But
Right back to where we
Jordan
should
Walker
be.
was awesome. Royce
That's
Lewis,
where it
like I'm gonna
stops.
be honest, I'm so happy he traded me Taj Bradley. Dude, Hunter Goodman, God, he has like a 40% strikeout rate. You know
But he has
what?
a
But dude,
60%
he's
home
good.
run
He's
rate.
good every year. Billy's good every year, and that's what I'm giving him credit for because this pitching staff could be the reason he wins the championship.
If
It's going to
you
be the
can
reason if he does it.
think about being in the playoffs and you have to go against Sanchez and the Miz twice in 1 week.
That is exactly what I was thinking when I was talking. Like when I was ranking him, I was like, dude, get a 2-step week with those guys, and you're gonna lose like pretty much
20
every pitching category.
a conservative thing would be 22 innings pitched between the two of them against you out of the 55. You're done. You're not recovering from that because Christopher Sanchez strikes him
You're
out, doesn't
not.
walk. Miz strikes him out, doesn't walk him. Like,
Yeah.
you're done.
No, you're cooked. You're cooked. Now, like this is a guy that realistically, like me last year, could hit 80 total bases and win every week in the
Yeah.
playoffs. His pitching staff is that
And
good. I don't think he had.
with
I
this,
don't now. The only thing I'm
I
gonna
don't
ding
think
him
he can.
for, he doesn't have the bullpen for what I had last year. Like I spammed Holtz and said he doesn't have that. Nobody has that this year. That was just
No.
luck for me. But I just his hitting gonna like I just get so nervous about being like who's blowing up this week that's going to win. You know, it's like you have to depend on one guy being a dude every week or for a month straight. And he's had so much of that. And maybe PCA goes off, but like, are we sure the Cubs aren't just cooked?
I'm not sure. They very well could be. Like it could
They
be a
have
long
no,
summer in
they have
Chicago.
no dude. They, like, think about it. They have no superstar in their lineup, and they have no ace in their pitching staff. Trust me, I had Edward Cabrera. I know he's not an ace. Do you know? Let me throw this stat out here. It's probably not gonna make Billy feel. I read something. He does not have a swing and miss in the strike zone of a center cut fastball this year. He did not. He's not thrown a fastball in the middle of the strike zone and got a swing and a miss this year. And he throws like 97. Like that's how bad his fastball. Like that's how hittable he's been. And I can tell you from watching his starts,
He's been
I
hittable.
agree with that. I'm like, oh, he'll get behind in the count and he'll throw one right down the middle and it gets torched. Like
I
that.
really wanted him. I loved him. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be great. He's going from no offense, back him up. He's got the Cubs here. Like
He's got the
it's
great
made in the
defense.
shade. Yeah. No. No, 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 no,
I don't
no.
want him anywhere near my team. No, and that's the only thing I'm just like, but that does not take anything into account with this team. Like also though, like Hunter Goodman can hit 30 home runs and strike out 40% of the time. This pitching staff is the anchor, and I agree. Like it's gonna be he's gonna win this division. That's what
I
I feel like.
Oh, that's a proclamation right there that Anthony is not gonna want to hear. That he
Hell
can
no,
only
Anthony. Anthony ain't winning this division. Like Anthony might make the playoffs in my mind.
Oh my God. Well, we got to move into well, let's move on from Billy then, because Anthony's got to be coming up here.
Anthony's the last one besides you, so we'll round it out. He's number 3 for me, and it's only because he's gotten so lucky up to this point. You know how many players he has the rest that are in the top 91 and the top 50? He has 6.
There's
You
not a
know it's
lot.
better. You know it's better than B Green. That's the only one. He has 2 hitters.
Who on his team is on that list?
Michael
Let me
Harris.
look. Okay.
Michael Harris, and let me look. It's not O'Neal Cruz because O'Neal
Because
Cruz
O'Neal
is like
Cruz sucks.
ultimate. He lives in the Ellie De La Cruz thing. I'm like I'm
Ryan
so sick of
Jeffers.
no Freddie.
Oh, it's Freddie. Freddie.
Yeah, Freddie. He just picked up Jackson Holiday.
I see that.
He picked up Jared Kelenic 2.0. Like what are we doing here? I mean, when Nove Marte, dude, this outfield. Okay, I like O'Neal Cruz, so I don't have the hate you do, but like I also understand his volatility. Past O'Neal Cruz without Judge, look at that outfield through utility. Novell Marte, Jose Caballero, who's not even playing tonight. Michael Harris, love Michael Harris. He's been awesome. Luis Garcia. Let's just go through the bench. Daniel Sheeman. This is a gross lineup. Ernie
Gross. Bro, you
Clement,
got Xander
Chase
Bogarts in your
Mitra.
NA squad. You were starting.
I love Bryce Durang, Dalton Rushing. I hate him. Dude, how I don't want to hate on Anthony. I love Anthony as a human being, but it's like I don't know how this team has won this many games. When I look at it every week, and I'm like, dude,
I
how did
say
he
it
win
every
last
week in
week?
my videos.
Jaycock was killing him, and then he sent that gif like the
Yeah.
plane taking off, and I was like, are you kidding me? I'm out here hitting 130 bases, total bases, and losing to B Green, and I'm like, how did it? Like, I'm like, he's clearly unlocked the secret dunk or something that gets you like 100 points in a game. And he's unlocking secret stats I'm not aware of every week and getting them because I'm not like Aaron Nola, whatever. Like Paul Skeen, Zach Wheeler, and Chris Sale are awesome. Fried will be back. He's good. But dude, Liberator,
There's
Eduardo
nobody
Foster
else.
Grit, like, oh my, this bullpen is terrible. I just Keaton Wynn is your number one, and I watched Keaton Wynn last night, and I love Keaton Wynn. I was all in on Keaton Wynn, but him giving up 3 runs, I'm so sick and tired of seeing his stupid little splitter hang in the zone just get drilled up the middle repeatedly. Like I just, dude, and this is maybe why I'll say luck has swung all the way around because I actually feel like Anthony's team last year when he drafted all stars was really good and he just had no luck. He's got all the luck this year. But if there's a team
All
that I see falling completely out of the playoffs, It's him and Savdog's team, but I think Savdog has the true talent of a bit like a fifth place team. Anthony has a true talent of like I re-rank them in my mind, like for the rest of the season. I had him 10th.
Oh man, he's gonna. I can't wait for his reaction to that. I love
And
that
I'll
comment
say
right
that,
there.
and I'll say that, and tomorrow and tonight I'll watch Luis Garcia hit a double off the Giants because that's just the way it is. But yeah, man,
That is
like, but the thing is, I want to highlight, dude, Aaron Judge not being in this lineup is the death knell for
changes
me.
the complexion of the team completely. Completely.
And then like you get the update that you're like might be back this season.
Might. Like that was
He's
$70.
likely pushing to return past that, if not longer. Like, dude, and the Yankees are playing for a championship. They're not playing for Anthony's championship.
So if they're in the
So,
hunt, they're gonna rest him,
dude,
rest
yeah,
him,
and they're
rest
gonna
him.
because they're deep enough because they have Aaron Judge 2.0 and Ben Rice. So,
Yeah. Or
yeah, so
Spencer
like
Jones.
they're
Spencer Jones hit his first career dinger tonight.
just after David dropped him. But yeah, dude, like and the thing is right now he's up 9, like it's early, it's Tuesday. It doesn't mean he's batting. That's my matchup. But like he's up 9-3 on you right now. So I'm just like, this is
Yes.
just like, and I'm just like, I would also not be shocked if Anthony like gets the 1 seed. So I'm like, I'm ready to eat crow on that too. Like he'll get the 1 seed and get absolutely I can't remember a team we had, but there was one team that got the 1 seed one year and was kind of this fluky team and got absolutely
And
detonated in
got
the second
rocked in
round
round.
after the bye. And you're just like that season's over real quick. Anthony and Savage are gonna hate this
I'm hoping
video,
that
and I'm so ready for it because I'm just like, I love those two guys so much, but like I'm like, I don't believe in these teams. I'm sorry. Like I just am like,
I haven't played Anthony's team since he beat me 12-2. 12-2 he beat me in the real week 1 right there. And couldn't believe I don't believe it now looking back. But even on the season, he's 83-57 with a 593 win
dude,
percentage
he
cumulatively,
has
number
been
2
killing people.
in the league.
Yeah.
And 435 victory percentage. He's only lost to Thrill House and Dangerous Wise once, tied Exploder right there. Like how he's doing it is smoke and mirrors, but offensively, he's the only team in the league that doesn't have at least one category where he's under 500 on the season. He is literally
No,
six and
it's
five
real.
across the board. Somehow he snakes it out every week with the voodoo dolls or whatever he's got at the house. But he's number 2 on my list right there, right where he belongs.
Yeah, you can be like Gator. Like I don't care. That's respect for them. Like he ain't. But you know what, man? It's just like, but can I say, which I don't believe in any. I don't believe in momentum. In fact, I don't believe in any of this stuff. So you're not going to get me on it. Anthony, is he single handedly just given the sauce to this whole like? Is he giving the juice to
Manifesting
his
it.
team? Yeah. Like I
I
feel like
mean,
I feel when he says stuff on the message board, I feel it so full in my chest. I was like, I believe this, Anthony. You're right. I do believe this. So ultimate hype, man. I love Anthony. I'm actually happy. Dude, Anthony's like the Raiders. He has to be good because it's fun when they're good. Maybe Al
it
Davis
is
Raiders.
fun when
They're not
Anthony's
fun
good right
anymore.
there.
But like, yes, yeah. So I
They're gonna
love
be
it.
fun with
I'm happy
Fernando
he's
and
good.
Kurt.
I have and I know, I'm on your show, so we know who's ranking themselves number one. That's why I couldn't have a preview show because I would never choose myself to lose. I used to be like, man, you can't pick yourself to win all the time. And now I'm just like, I was like sitting there eating dinner last night. And I was like, I never picked myself to lose either. I was like, well, I'm no better. I just don't have a show. I'm like, I'm just not doing this week in and week out. So,
That's right. In my mind, I'm undefeated
um,
every week leading into it.
you have 12 people on this list. You have 10 people on offense. I didn't even count Giancarlo because you hadn't picked him up yet. So really, you have 11. You not shockingly, you have 2 in your pitching, and that's my ultimate Achilles heel for you right now. That is like if you run into a Billy, if you run into a Ryan Mart, if you run into me, if you run into Ben, people that can hold you, like hang with you offensively. Like if I throw up 125 total bases, if Ben throws up 130, it's like, can you get the pitching to win it? That's my question. And it's like I honestly feel like I'm not talking about the regular season. I don't care. I'm like, this is for the playoffs. I'm like, is your or can you do that in the play? Because you're gonna run into one of these teams who can like at least like keep pace with you a little bit. I think Rymart was a real good like matchup for the playoffs. Where I was like, he kind of just banged with you the
It
whole
was a
week,
it was a
and
slobber knocker right there, and you're right. I do not blow teams out of the water because my pitching staff is not that great. Like my record on the year is only 79 and 58, which is fourth overall. And the teams I've beaten, the 454 win percentage, but my matchups consistently are 8-6, 7-6, 7-5. Like other than whooping D Harb and B Green, like I do not blow people out of the water because pitching is like, I don't strike out a lot, and my K per walk is the worst in the league.
yes, I look at your team every week and I'm like, oh, this is your classic 1990s pitch to contact pitching staff. I will say that terrifies me when we get into the summer when it could just be like 4 ERAs every week. I will say though, I love Rodon. Shohei Ohtani's going to win the Cy Young. You Savage with the splitters, kind of like Gausman. I think he's gonna have good and bad starts. Will Warren's been really good, but um,
Who is my second
Bright.
pitcher on the list?
I think you're okay. You had Otani, and I believe it was Rodon
Okay.
because he throws real. I mean, he's getting back. Rodon's fine. Like he's a
I,
3.5 guy. Now I will say, literally, Bryce Miller was right outside of that projection. He was like 54.
I
He's
love
been
some Bryce Miller.
awesome this year. Yeah, he's been awesome. So like I will say you don't have a ton of guys. I like Will Warren, but I'm like
K per nine is
I did
dropping week by week and start by
he
start.
did the same thing last year where he kind of like slowed down. He was killing it. I held him for a long time, and then it was just like he wasn't striking, but he gives up a ton of home runs. Um, yeah, but I mean, I guess my thing is like, well, I guess the whole thing for me is like I'm eventually thinking you're gonna have to trade from your offense, but I kind of lean the other way. And I'm like, do you just fully like last year? I was like, I'm not trading from my pitching. And
I'm just going all in.
When I traded for Bobby Witt, I'm going to be honest with you. Like to this day, I didn't like that deal for myself. I didn't want to get rid of Fried and Buxton. I love Bobby Witt, but I was like, I felt like that took something away from my team. When the championship didn't matter, but like it wasn't because of him. And do you just fully lean into that's my thing. I'm like, I just feel like at this point you're fully like you made the Wyatt Langford trade, you made the Bellinger trade, you're fully leaning into the offense. You're like, I'm gonna figure out the pitching on the back end.
I am going to figure it out, and it's getting harder and harder each week to find somebody to fill the gap right there from. Okay, I don't have anybody that's two spots starting. I only got seven pitchers. That's not going to have to find 4 or 5 more right there to meet the threshold. So where are they at? And then some people pick them up and own them permanently, like Noah Cameron, who's been dropped and added 7 different times, and now he's
I
dropped
can't
and
believe he
owned.
didn't get dropped. I can't believe I dropped him. And I went and looked at his like last month. He had like a 26% strikeout rate, which is like trending up towards elite. And I was like, I screwed up by dropping him. And then dude, he sat on the waiver wire a full day until I added
He
him again.
did.
I was like, he'll get dropped again. Trust me. I'm there. Let me bury the lead there. He ain't that good. But like you just need to like capitalize on guys that are good for a little while. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Just jump in, drop them when they're cold,
let
and
me
keep it
make the
moving, man.
caveat here. I'm I think Austin Riley, like he could be good next year. He's getting his feet back under him. I am a little worried. You have some guys that go absolutely ice cold, like for like a month. Like Ozzy Albies, Cody Bellinger can just go ice. And that somehow Cody Bellinger's had like 2 good weeks the whole year, and he's ranked like 40th. But
It's
like
crazy.
I
Week
know,
in,
but
week
like
out, like 3 for 23 if you're not careful right there. Three
yes,
singles.
he's had so many really bad weeks. Um, I wanted this guy so bad in the preseason. What is wrong with Kyle Tucker?
I
I'm
can't
like,
figure
is
it
he
out. His batted
feeling the
ball profile
pressure?
doesn't look terrible.
Yeah,
Like
no,
his
he feeling the
Savant
pressure of
says he
that
should be a lot
contract.
better than he is. But I don't know. Billy Baseball says he just doesn't care about baseball. Doesn't care.
Well, if he cannot care about baseball and still put up like a 5-win season last year, then like he's pretty damn like that was my legit. I'm like, if he cannot care about baseball, that's fine. And I'm gonna give Billy. I would hate to have him on the Giants last year. His body language is terrible. I get it, and even the Astros fans were like, "Dude, this dude does this." Um, yeah, I'm worried. Like Schwarber's awesome, Witt's awesome, South Stewart's awesome, Harper's awesome, Ivan Rivera's good. I mean, I think it. Like I said, your X factor's Byron Buxton. He had another home run today. I
That's what
mean,
I like to
that's
see.
that.
Don't
He's
just let
awesome.
him be DH every game. Quit putting him in the field. Like, let's be real.
Hmm.
Unless it's right field, maybe his days in center need to be done. Sent H right field a couple times a week. That's fine. But man can't
My
be
la-
running into a wall and then being out 5 games or 3 games for me.
my last note on Kyle Tucker, they got me a little nervous, and I was kind of like, "What is going on?" I was watching the Giants when they played the Dodgers. And dude, Tyler Mahle just blew him away on like 3 pitches. And I was just like, this is,
Tyler Molly's
I mean,
blowing
like,
you away.
I love, I mean, like Tyler Mahle, I can talk myself in him throwing 95 and being like, well, he might be good, but it's not, it's Tyler Mahle. And I was just kind of like, what's going on here?
I, I don't think he's paid now. He's comfortable. He's got more protection than any lineup he's ever been in his life. He should just be enjoying it, but it could be that contract. I mean, I remember when Ken Griffey Jr. came home to Cincinnati, his first, part of the year, he struggled mightily, but that was a little
I
more
think he's
different with
feeling the pressure of that contract. He could be next year. I could see him being insane. Like, I think he's
he better
feeling
be
the
somebody
pressure of
that's got
that
some
contract.
deflation put into that
And
preseason
it's not
dollars
gonna
right
be
there.
because you know your
He's still
boy's
Kyle
gonna be
Tucker.
your boy's gonna be looking at him. So no, you're the number one team for me. It was pretty easy. I mean, like, look, as much as I wanted to try to do the mental gymnastics to not rank you number one, now I will say I can't. I'm not gonna do. I did have you third rest of the season only because of the pitching. Because I was like, but you know what? If you're third rest of the season, you're probably number one in the
It
playoffs.
means I'm winning the division. He did get in a first round bye.
Oh yeah, you're winning this division. You're 2.5 up. Um, will say like I said, my thing is I'm gonna make, but I will make this proclamation. This is 10 toes down in the dirt here.
Oh, okay.
The top three right now, that we ain't getting a champion out of this tier.
Oh shit. Oh
We're
shit.
getting a champion out of my tier of Vrymart, me, or Ben. That is one of my championship guys. It's not Billy. Billy would be too easy because of the pitching. Like that's not a I can't leave y'all with a take and be like, well, I think Billy's going to win the championship because that's not hot
You're right.
enough.
That wouldn't be a hot take, but to say you,
So
Weimar, or Ben is taking home the chip, that is
I
ballsy.
think it's
But
coming from that tier. There's so much talent concentrated. You really
Skip
like
Bayless
Ben,
would be
so
proud of that.
yeah,
Of
you like
course,
Ben a
at
lot.
least
So
plausible. It is plausible
um,
in my mind.
I'm gonna grind my team. I'm gonna add drop my team into dust, so it don't matter. You know where
Only
I'm
player
at.
in the only team in the league with over 100 moves.
114 right here.
uh,
I will say a lot of those moves are wasted. Definitely chill. Definitely tired. I talked to myself. I had to look in the mirror a little bit and like, you got to chill out on this. But when you come with like 6 of your offensive players weekly up until like 2 weeks ago that were drops and replacements, you got to do that sometimes.
I love your Zach Geloff ad drop, ad drop, ad drop.
Dude, I freaking love him. He's I saw him hit like a 450-foot home run, and I was like, dude's got 7. He's gonna finish almost 2020 this year. That's his projection. I'm like, that's a cheap. And he was on my watch list all year last year. So
I've always liked Zach Geloff. He's been on my watch list for
power
many
speed
times.
guy.
Yeah, middle infield, you can just get some sneaky production from.
That's all I'm about. That's what the Miguel Vargas pickup was, and he's just actually awesome now. So
Yeah, he is awesome now.
but yeah, that's all I got. Obviously love being back in the league. Um, yeah, I'm excited for the second half. This is the real winning time now.
Now's the
If
grind.
I know people want to be like, oh, half the season's over. I'm like, no. If you get me to the second half, I'm like, this is the doldrums of the summer that I love. And so yeah. Um,
I'll
so
be ready
yeah,
for it. I'm looking forward to just on the phone, looking at drop ads, looking at my team starting at 6:40 Central Eastern time. And see, you're so lucky. Your baseball starts at 3 in the afternoon, 4 in the afternoon. It's over by 10 o'clock. Like, that's the perk of the West Coast.
it was brutal having to watch so many Giants games on the East Coast, and I was going to bed at like especially when I really started running a lot. I'm like, I get up at 5 in the morning, and I was like, man, I can't be staying up till 11 watching these games. But I get sucked into watching the Dodgers or Angels or Mariners or something, and I'm like all West Coast games. So,
Oh, yeah.
um, but yeah, I think that's it for me. I do have one more note, drop a little bombshell here. Um, we are moving back to Atlanta within the next year. So I will be at the draft, being able to just show up. I'll be at the GM meetings.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So been
what
2 years
can I
out
ask
on.
what is work bringing you back home or
Oh
just you want to
no, no. I will say Eharb, Erica, she was a big catalyst for this. She missed friends and family. I did as well. Yeah, man, like 2,500 miles is a long way away from everyone, and you feel
it
that
is.
more and more. Um, I love, and I think, I love Atlanta. So there was no hate when I moved from it. I lived out there for a while. I went to school there. We'll be back in the central Atlanta corridor, living around possibly like
You're
Grant
gonna be
Park area.
ITP?
Oh yeah, there. Yeah, I ain't even going OTP. That's not the life I'm living. But yeah, man, almost 2.5 years out in the West Coast has been awesome. I love it out here. There's no more beautiful region, but I also love the North Georgia mountains in Tennessee and North
North
Carolina, and
Carolina. Yep.
I'm not trying to be too easy, but like the cost of living's a lot better in the South. So that's not a huge thing for us, but it definitely, dude, it is a thing. And
Play a
yeah, it's
role.
like this league, my brothers, my family, my friends, my group, my run groups, my cycling groups, everything. It's like everybody's in the South, man. So it makes sense. We're super pumped for it. So I will be showing up next year in the Giants button up because I'll just be right down the road. Um,
Hell
and
yeah.
then I expect there to be pool and trade GM meetings when I'm back, and I will be showing up to those. So yeah, that's the bomb
We
I want to
definitely need to
drop on everyone. So
reinstate
I'm gonna have
those.
to get back. I'm gonna have to get back to the East Coast, which will kill. That is the only thing I told Eric. I was like, oh, man, I was like, but I love going to bed and just being able to watch every game. I was like, that's a killer. But I guess I'll catch all the 7 o'clock games because, dude, that stuff starts before I even get out of work. So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, so that'll be tight. I'm ready for it. So yeah, just some hurdles to jump over there, and we'll. And the daunting thought of driving 2,500 miles back across the country. So that is I'm not pumped about, but
You have a
yeah.
pull behind that's coming with you, or is it like you put it
No, we
all in the
just did
trunk?
we did a U pack.
Okay.
So you do it and they just deliver it to you. We don't really have stuff. I mean, we live in a tiny apartment now, but we're driving the Corolla. We drive that. We have the dog. We drug the cats. So yeah, and that was actually really easy because Birdie, the dog, she's really awesome, and the cats were really chill. So it really isn't that bad. It's just like, dude, I don't really like to be in a car driving that much. So
I understand.
12, 13 hours a day in a car is brutal, especially when you're
It,
driving across like Wyoming, Nebraska. Dude,
boring as hell. Boring as
dude,
hell.
yeah, it's so boring. I'm like, I went to Lincoln. I was like, okay, cool. Where's the Cornhuskers? I don't care. Like, it's so dead. So, um, yeah, but no, definitely pumped about that. But happy we can make this video work, and definitely going to
100%.
be a yearly tradition of this video.
Yes, yes, indeed. I love this part, midway part of the season, fantasy power rankings. So, Aharb, take it easy, my brother. Rest of the league, take it easy, and
Awesome.
we'll
And I
see you guys
apologize
next
for
time.
us. I was like, I told Eric, I was like, it'll be like 30 minutes. I was like, no.
It's now going on an hour and a half right there of fantasy baseball. So you guys break it up into chunks right there, but
Yes.
appreciate everything.
All right.
All right.
See y'all.
Later, man.